Hey guys, Cass here. Today we're going to take a look at Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. And you will see Warrior 2 in lots of yoga classes, from beginner classes to advanced classes. It's also a posture that we come into to then transition into other poses. So often this pose is looked at as being easy simply because we see it a lot in yoga. But in fact, this pose can be quite challenging. So when you're ready, let's jump up and let's take a look at Warrior 2 today. So we're going to come up into a standing position. We're going to come into a wide stance facing towards the side of our mat. So of course in vinyasa classes you can step from downward facing dog into Warrior 2, or we can also step from mountain pose into Warrior 2. But today let's take it into a wide stance. So taking a wide stance, I'm going to turn to my right to start with today. So before I do that, I'm just going to make sure that the outer edge of my left foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. Now for some people, they do need to turn their toes in slightly. So if that's you and you know that's the case and that's what your body needs, just turn your toes in slightly, but make sure it's not too big of an angle. You're not looking for a 45-degree angle like you would in Warrior 1. Okay, so taking that choice of toes slightly in or outer edge of the foot parallel to the edge of the mat. And then from here, let's focus on the front leg to start with. We're going to turn and externally rotate through that front leg, turning the toes to face towards the top of the mat. And then from here, I just want to make sure that my front heel is in line with the center arch of my back foot. I'm going to take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, I'm going to bend into my front knee. Now already, as I start to bend into my front knee, I can tell that my body is going to give me a little bit more today. So I can take this stance a little bit wider. So I want to find my edge, I want to work my edge, okay? So bending into the front knee, just working into it and finding that positioning that's going to work for me today. And I want to find a place where my ankle and my knee are in line with each other and the shin is in one line, okay? So widening your stance as much as you need to so you're working your edge and you can find that alignment point. And then from here, checking in with that front knee and making sure it's not splaying in. We want to tracking over the second toe. So if it's splaying in, sometimes this is just awareness and engagement of the right hip, okay? So if that knee is splaying in, I'm going to pull my right hip in and then wrap it back. Press down equally into that front foot. Now this front leg is like your Warrior 1 leg, which I spoke about last week. So press the foot into the floor and then pull the heel back towards the back of the mat. As soon as I do that, without even having to think about anything else, I've engaged through the hamstring and I've engaged through the quad. Okay, and then wrap that outer hip in and back. And this is your front leg for Warrior 2. Now, I'm just going to give my front leg a little bit of a rest and straighten that while I talk about the back leg. So with the back leg, sometimes you will hear the cues in class to externally rotate the back leg, and sometimes maybe some people need a slight internal rotation of the back leg. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to these cueing, but I'm not going to cue those today because I find that that is very individual to the bodies that I'm teaching in the room. So instead we're going to focus on the engagement of the back leg and the engagement of the pelvis. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to bend back into that front knee. Had a nice little rest there. So bend back into that front knee, find that front Warrior 2 leg. And then from here, just finding a neutral back leg. And I want to pull my quad muscles, so my thigh muscles, in towards the bone of the back leg and up towards the hip point. Okay? And then from here, looking at the pelvis, we don't want to stick the booty out, okay? And then we don't want to over tuck the pelvis either. So you want to find a nice neutral position for the pelvis. And then just place the hands onto the hips. Engage through the glutes. Broaden your groins away from each other and open up through the adductor muscles, the inner thighs. Okay, engage the pelvic floor and then draw the navel in and up. From here, lengthen the torso up out of the pelvis and take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, open the arms out. Right arm going forward, left arm going back. Now I like to say to people, let's engage our arm muscles as well and get our arms working. So flipping the palms up, bend the elbows, show me your muscles, and then keep that engagement of the arms, turn the palms to face out, release the arms back down. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears and broaden through your collarbones, and then take the eye gaze out over the front finger and beyond. Release the front leg, release the arms, and then make sure that you do the left side as well. So that is your Warrior 2. So you're going to get a nice opening through the adductors and the groin and lots of strength through the legs, through the hamstrings, the quads and the glutes. So if you felt that it was strenuous and there was a little bit of shaking going on, embrace that, enjoy that. Get all of the benefits out of Warrior 2, enjoying both the strength and the flexibility of the pose. Anyway guys, that's Warrior 2 and I will see you next week. Bye.